When the first time I ate cheesecake in the United States, it was very nice because the cheesecake is very different from what I ate in Taiwan. And actually I wasn't used to eat cheesecake because it's like very American thing, and I enjoyed a lot. My name is Hsin and I'm 19 years old. I'm from Taipei, Taiwan. Back at my home, I major in English and my minor is Spanish. As an English learner, I've been learning English since I was in elementary school. Yeah, and I always wanted to go to English-speaking countries. And since I learned American English, so the United States is definitely my first choice. I think studying English in English-speaking culture is the best way to learn the language because if you want to survive, you have to speak. Yeah, and that is the best way to force yourself to improve your language ability. I was influenced by the media and movie, pop songs, all the American culture a lot, and I had kind of a fantasy to America, so that's why I want to come here.
Let me tell you a little bit about ethnography. It's a wonderful subject because it really means to look at people and to study people. We can make decisions and learn a lot by deciding how people act and the kinds of things they do, which is really vital, especially for when people try to understand a new culture. Ethnography is really important for personal growth because it helps people, especially when they're in new situations, learn what's acceptable behavior within a particular societal group or culture. It helps them to anticipate so that they can better predict and make appropriate actions, and to also understand the reasons why things happen at a much higher level.
I've learned from Americans that not all the Americans are like what the Hollywood movie told us, because I think most of the Asian countries have people have a stereotype that American people party a lot, drink a lot, and I think people here are very nice, generous.
The very best part of what I do, and I tell people all the time, I have one of the best jobs at BVU. And the reason I say that is because anyone who's ever had a child and gets to discover Christmas through the eyes of a child and the wonder and the joy, well, what I get to do is I get to discover America every single semester through new sets of eyes to see the reasons why we do the things we do and the wonderful and exciting things that make America, America. Culture shock is a huge factor whenever anyone travels, and when you're going to actually live in another place for 18 weeks, culture shock plays a vital part of how everyone acts. Nothing looks the same, nothing really tastes the same. You are expected to eat foods that you've never seen before, to understand that people dress a little bit differently, that they respond a little bit differently, and even if you've been in a language course where they've practiced in that new language, in a native situation, nobody talks the way they do in a planned classroom. So it's pretty exciting and pretty major.
When I was in America, I did experience culture shock, yeah. And actually, food here is too salty and too sweet for Asian people, I think. And I remember in the first week, we always complained about the food, like, why is it so salty? Why is it so sweet? Too sweet, like that. But now we are getting used to it. And I think it's part of the culture, and I think we shouldn't judge them. Yeah, and now I think it's pretty good. Sometimes I think the food is not salty enough now. In talent show, I was playing guitar and Kohei was singing. At first, I wanted to join the contest because I think there are only 2 weeks left and I'm going to leave BBU, so I want to do something crazy and I want to be brave enough to do something. So we decided to perform that one day before the show. Working with Randemonian is the biggest excitement here in BB for me. I'm very interested in TV programming. I did playing commercials during the break time and also count down the break time, 10, 9, 8, 0. Studying American culture developed my life in many different ways. I experienced a lot here, and those things inspired me a lot. I started to think things in different ways and have different opinion of the same thing. 你好，我的名字是王佑欣，我来自台湾，我是 Buena Vista University 的交换学生。My name is Youxin Wang and I'm 19 years old. I'm from Taipei, Taiwan.